It's been 17 years since Disney Channel premiered Wizards of Waverly Place, one of their most successful original series, launching the careers of Jake T. Austin, David Henry, and of course, Selena Gomez. In this iconic series, former wizard Jerry Russo gives up his powers upon marrying his mortal wife Theresa, but their children, Justin, Alex, and Max, carry the magical powers and try to compete to be the family wizard, while also working in their family sandwich shop. When the series ended in 2012, its finale, Who Will Be the Family Wizard, became the highest rated episode of the show and the third most watched episode in Disney Channel history. And after 12 years, the Russo Wizards are back for an upcoming Disney Channel reboot, Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, with Justin, Alex, Max, Theresa, and Jerry all back as we get to see what Justin's been up to since we last saw him. And to celebrate, I decided to look back on some of my favorite episodes of Wizards of Waverly Place. As usual, I'm not ranking them, this isn't a countdown, I'm just looking back on some of my favorite episodes of the show. I'm actually from a place called Waverly, so this is nostalgic for me for a whole bunch of reasons. So now, without any further ado, let's begin. Number 1. Harper Knows. One day at the sandwich shop, Alex's best friend Harper arrives to invite her to the pop culture convention PopCon, but it isn't exactly in Alex's wheelhouse. Harper tries to convince Alex into going by telling her that it's her birthday, but it would appear that Alex forgot about that. As Harper and Alex keep talking, Jerry spreads the word to the family that PopCon's in town, which Max mishears as Popcorn's in town. Excited about PopCon, everyone with the exception of Alex already has their costumes ready until the alarm in their wizard lair sounds. The Russos make their way there as emergency wizards Officer Lamp and Officer Goblin arrive, needing the assistance of Justin, Max, and Alex, just as Alex suddenly wakes up after the alarm from her sleep till Sunday day. As it turns out, the wizard emergency's at PopCon, much to Alex's dismay, and the officers need the Russos to patrol the convention to see if they can spot any other wizards who could possibly use their magic and expose the wizard world. Alex tries to get out of it, especially after she told Harper that she wasn't going to PopCon, so she tries to figure out a plan for if she sees Harper there. As everyone's ready to go, Jerry tells Alex to get changed, with Max asking what she's going to dress up as. Alex decides to go to PopCon as Super Sleepy Annoyed Girl. The Russos make it to PopCon, and the first person they spot is their wizard friend Hugh Normus, who also heard about the emergency and wants to help out. Alex still feels really weird being there, but Hugh compliments Alex on her pajama girl costume, and apparently there's more than one. Officer Lamp and Officer Goblin meet Justin, Alex, and Hugh at the information booth as Justin goes over the map, having mapped out the entire convention center with sectors for everyone. Still determined to hide from Harper, Alex notices a spot on the map at the kettle corn stand. Seeing as Harper hates kettle corn, Alex immediately heads there. However, while Harper's in line dressed as a superhero named Battle Diva to get her autograph, she runs into Jerry and Theresa and asks them to hold her place in line while she goes to get some kettle corn, deciding to practice discipline. Harper makes it to the kettle corn stand as Alex hides from her. After Harper leaves and throws out the kettle corn because she can't stand to eat it, Alex uses a spell to switch her pajamas with a Battle Diva costume from a cardboard cutout. When the coast is clear, Alex gets caught by Justin and Hugh, who bust her for Wizard Code Violation 37294, Costume Quick Exchange in the First Degree. Although she's without a mask, so according to Hugh, it's really 293. Justin admits to Alex that he's been off sector because he suspected Alex would use her magic in public. Hugh tells Alex that they'll need the costume for evidence, and once again, Alex uses magic to disappear, leaving the costume in the hands of Justin and Hugh. Alex wanders the convention floor back in her pajamas, but gets stopped by Officer Goblin, informing Alex that she's in violation of Wizard Conduct Code 99244, which he later realizes that because of her wearing pajamas that it's actually 245. Just then, Harper spots Alex and questions why she's at PopCon. Alex lies again to Harper that she wanted to surprise her for her birthday, but Harper isn't convinced, noticing Officer Goblin thinking that he's in costume as a monster. Officer Goblin tells Harper that he's Jeremy from Science. Harper isn't so convinced until Alex tells her that Jeremy from Science has a huge crush on her. As Harper talks to Jeremy from Science and compliments his costume, he tells her that Alex helped him make it, which hurts Harper's feelings after Alex didn't want to help Harper with hers. Alex tries to convince Harper that she wasn't meant to be there, but Harper doesn't believe her, mostly focusing on her pajama girl costume. Harper demands that Alex tell her the truth, but Alex can't share the information about her being a wizard with Harper, and she very sadly takes off. Alex goes to talk to Justin about what happened between her and Harper, requesting that she share the truth with her. Alex trusts Harper, but Justin doesn't. Meanwhile, Theresa's still in line holding Harper's place, but she tricks Jerry into switching with her. Harper goes up to him to say goodbye after her argument with Alex, to which Jerry switches with her in the line. Justin then shows up just as Battle Diva's nemesis, the Destroyinator, spraying her with cheese after Alex had told him that Harper's been going around spreading rumors that she and Justin are engaged. Humiliated, Alex gifts Harper a new Battle Diva costume to enter into the costume contest, claiming it to be from Jeremy from Science, but it contains wizard powers, which go out of control after Harper yells Battle Diva's signature catchphrase. Only the wizard officers are concerned about this, as Goblin takes the stage to shift the focus from Harper's costume to him being a goblin. Officer Lamp handles this by making ropes appear backstage to make it seem as if Harper was being controlled. This stunt wins Harper the costume contest, and Alex finally admits to her that she's a wizard. At first, Harper doesn't believe her, until she takes her with her to space to share a birthday cupcake. Back home, Justin tells Jerry that Alex revealed their secret to Harper. Jerry feels as if Harper will go around sharing this information and plans to use a mind erase spell on her, but after showing her the lair, they realize that Harper is capable of keeping the secret. Number 2. New Employee. Another one focusing on Alex and Harper's friendship. For all of the big fans of Wizards of Waverly Place, this is the episode where Harper and Alex sing, "What's that? A hat? Crazy, funky, junky hat? Overslept? Hair slightly? Trying to look like Keira Knightley? We've been there, we've done that, we see right through your funky hat." This was before Alex revealed that she's a wizard to Harper. Harper's disappointed because Alex constantly has to work at the sub shop, so Alex asks Jerry and Theresa if they would be willing to hire Harper, but they aren't hiring. Alex insists that they need extra help, but Jerry and Theresa don't think that them working together would be a good idea. Alex continues to persist, and finally, they decide to hire Harper and have Alex train her, as long as they put business first. However, Alex and Harper find themselves hanging out together more than working. I love Jerry cutting in on their conversation. "Regis? Kelly? Can I interrupt the talk show to interest you in some actual work?" Alex and Harper eventually start working, but as soon as they discover that their customer is wearing a cowboy hat, they do their little hat dance. After the customer gives Harper and Alex his order, Harper suggests something else. Alex tries to stop her from influencing the customers, but he likes the sound of Harper's suggestion. Very quickly, Alex realizes that Harper isn't working out. She doesn't quite understand some of the orders and constantly crashes into Jerry while carrying the subs, constantly getting sauce on his shirt. Alex tells her parents that Harper isn't working out and they both agree, but they have Alex be the one to fire her. Alex is very hesitant to, and uses a spell to make Harper a better employee. This gets more customers to the sandwich shop, and Jerry and Theresa leave Harper in charge while they go out. But Harper goes a little bit power mad and has Alex come in early, expecting a busy day of business. Alex refuses to come in at all, and Harper threatens to fire her. But since the restaurant is owned by Alex's family, Alex fires Harper first. Angry and hurt, Harper leaves and ends her friendship with Alex. Alex finds that the things that she and Harper like to do together just aren't the same alone. Meanwhile, Justin starts a tutoring business for the jocks at their school, much to the dismay of a young boy named Frankie, who is a tutor himself, and is not happy that Justin has taken most of his business. He pulls some very mean pranks on Justin with the help of his gang. How old is this kid? And Justin hides in the sub shop just as Alex is about to leave. Justin asks if she's going to see Harper, having just seen her at a place called the Gert Barn, while trying to get away from Frankie. Alex heads to the Gert Barn to apologize to Harper, whose very unenthusiastic manager Amanda promotes her to Employee of the Month after working for only 4 hours. Harper doesn't take Alex's apology and goes back to work. Alex then reverses the spell, but that also doesn't help, so Alex decides to help her stopping the yogurt as it comes out of the machine, but they aren't able to stop it. When it finally slows down and Alex gets yogurt on her head, Harper and Alex reconcile and do their hat dance, thinking that the yogurt on Alex's head resembles a funny hat. Number 3. Alex's Spring Fling. When Jerry and Theresa go away, Justin is left in charge of Alex and Max, which he kind of enjoys a bit too much. Immediately, he begins Alex and Max on their wizard training, but Alex takes off to the street fair to meet her boyfriend at the time, Riley. But Alex starts to grow jealous when Riley looks at other girls. Riley finds that Alex gets jealous a bit too easy and he breaks up with her. To get back at him, Alex uses a spell to bring inanimate objects to life on a mannequin, who she names Manny Kin. Alex takes Manny to the street fair, and her plan to make Riley jealous works. Because Manny was previously a mannequin, his strange behavior causes Riley to regret breaking up with Alex. After Alex introduces Manny to Justin, Max, and Harper, Riley asks if they can get back together. Alex was prepared for this and immediately breaks up with Manny, but when she tries to return him to his mannequin form, it doesn't work. Eventually, Justin picks up on Manny being a mannequin and is not happy that Alex was using magic behind Justin's back while he's in charge. Alex admits that she tried to change him back, and Justin realizes that Manny is in love with Alex, which makes the reverse spell impossible. And even when Riley and Alex start dating again, she still can't get rid of Manny. This gives Alex the idea of setting up Manny with someone else. Throughout the episode, Justin shows off his Calico Woman action figure, whatever that is, to sell online, which Alex uses the spell on to bring her to life to date Manny. However, Manny doesn't have feelings for her. Back at home, Justin notices that Calico Woman is missing and instantly figures that Alex has something to do with it. Manny still tries to woo Alex, but Riley isn't having any of it and chases him around the street fair, with Calico Woman trying to find Manny and Justin and Max trying to find Alex and Calico Woman. Finally, everyone catches up to each other at a dunk tank. The Barker calls out for volunteers, and while trying to hide from Riley, Manny accepts the offer. Riley successfully dunks Manny, and the spell completely wears off, disturbing everyone at the fair and leaving Calico Woman completely distraught. Again, the Russos have to keep the fact that they're wizards a secret at this point in the show, so Alex covers up what happened by telling everyone that Manny's a magician, and part of his magic act was transforming into a disassembled mannequin, with Justin adding that Calico Woman is his assistant as she heads off. Number 4. Alex gives up. At this point in the show, the Russos have been exposed as wizards, but they still get to keep their powers in the end. Alex also has a new boyfriend, a werewolf named Mason, and decides to give up her wizard training to spend more time with him. After the theme song, a family comes in looking for Max Russo, with their very spoiled and entitled daughter dying to meet him, having seen his picture on the cover of a magazine focusing on future wizards. The family then officially introduces themselves as the Cucuys, including parents Carlos and Julie and their daughter Lisa. The last name sounds very familiar to Theresa, whose mother would tell her stories about mythical creatures also called Cucuys as a way to make her act appropriately when she was younger. Without hesitation, the Cucuys confirm that they are the creatures that her mom told her about. Because the Cucuys are apparently super rich, Jerry is enthused to have them around, but Theresa's terrified. As she freaks out and leaves, Justin and Max come down, and Lisa finally gets to meet Max. And when Justin finds out that Max made the cover of Future Wizards, he decides to do whatever it takes to continue in the competition. Lisa immediately takes a liking to Max, but when he shares that he doesn't really feel the same, Lisa shifts her face from mild-mannered to a skull. This actually impresses Max as he and Lisa begin their relationship. Meanwhile, Justin meets with the family wizard commissioner Helen, and at first, Helen is shocked as Justin is the one who exposed their powers. When Justin asks if there's anything he can do to get back into the running for Family Wizard, Helen suggests their community service program, but Justin doesn't really like some of the suggested jobs, other than tutoring delinquent wizards. Justin feels that this is right up his alley, but once his students arrive, they show very little interest in Justin's lessons. One student, named Felix, shows up late, and the other students find it amusing to watch him pick on Justin, mostly with random "your mom" jokes. One of my favorite moments from the show actually came from this. Justin draws a fish on his board, which materializes in real life. Felix seems to find this enjoyable and wants to give it a try. Justin seems impressed that Felix liked this so much, but Felix's drawing is of a school bell, and once it materializes, it rings and he dismisses the class. While Max and Lisa continue their relationship, Carlos and Julie invite Max to join them for a dinner party on their yacht. Jerry pretty much says yes for Max, but states that Max doesn't do anything without his family, subtly hinting that he also wants to go, so the Cucuys invite the entire Russo family for dinner on their yacht. Meanwhile, as Alex and Mason continue their relationship while Harper uses it to write a story, Wizard Chancellor Rudy Tooty Tooty informs them that now that Alex has dropped out of the wizard competition, she can no longer date Mason, with his explanation being that the werewolf always ends up eating the human. Alex and Mason try to talk Chancellor Tooty Tooty into letting them stay together, but after Mason says that he would never eat his little meatball, the Chancellor isn't very convinced. While Alex tries to convince Chancellor Tooty Tooty to let them stay together, he reveals that he's the one to go to about getting the rule appealed, and instantly denies their appeal. Just then, Jerry and Theresa show up to get ready for the Cucuys' yacht party. Theresa describes it as, "my two nightmares rolled up into one." Alex invites Chancellor Tooty Tooty to join them as a way to hopefully get him to reverse the rule. While on the boat, Theresa gets really uncomfortable being around the Cucuys, but Chancellor Tooty Tooty is having a great time, later realizing that Alex and Mason are a great couple and decides to have the rule overturned. But then Lisa learns that Mason's a werewolf and develops feelings for him instead of Max. Alex tells Lisa that she and Mason are already together, but Lisa decides that because the boat is named after her, she gets what she wants. So to try to scare Lisa away from Mason, Alex tells the Russos and the Kukuis some embarrassing stories about Mason, making him angry enough to transform into a werewolf. To try and frighten Mason away, Carlos and Julie transform their faces, and once Theresa sees that, she pushes them off the boat, with Lisa following after before Alex can push her off herself. While it worked for Alex to get Lisa away from Mason, Chancellor Tootie Tootie is displeased and decides not to reverse the rule. Because of this, Alex and Mason officially break up. Fun fact, Samantha Boscarino, who played Lisa Kukui, would also appear as Skylar, PJ's girlfriend from the Disney Channel series Good Luck Charlie on a semi-regular basis, which also starred Bridget Mendler, who played Juliet, Justin's vampire girlfriend. Samantha would later go on to star in the short-lived Nickelodeon series How to Rock. And also, I should mention that Alex does decide to continue in the Family Wizard competition shortly after this episode. But anyway, moving on from that, number 5, I almost drowned in a chocolate fountain. Alex finds herself failing Spanish, but happy about it because Riley is also failing. This was a bit before they started dating, and Alex has been dropping hints to him. Just then, Riley invites Alex to join his friends for the opening night of a restaurant called Medium Rare, and Alex accepts. As I alluded to earlier, Harper has a bit of a crush on Justin, and when she spots him in the hallway, she gets a bit nervous. So Alex suggests that she just talk to Justin about current events. When Justin says hello to Alex and Harper, Harper lets it slip that Alex failed her Spanish midterm. At home, after Alex tells her parents that she got asked out on a date, Theresa reveals that Justin already told her and Jerry about Alex failing Spanish. Alex admits this to be true, with the excuse being that Justin and Max were playing paintball, and Alex didn't want to ruin their fun. Yeah, right. Max and Justin try to deny it, but then Jerry notices the mess on the window. Justin covers it up by asking, "What are pigeons eating nowadays?" As punishment, Jerry makes Justin and Max clean the window and the bricks on the house, and Theresa realizes that it's her fault that Alex is failing Spanish for not sharing her Hispanic heritage with her daughter, and promises to do that, explaining this to her Spanish teacher, who decides to give Alex a retest. But much like Justin and Max being punished for playing paintball and making a mess of the house, Alex is not allowed to go out with her friends until her grades improve, but Alex is confident that she can learn Spanish in time for her date with Riley in 2 days. During wizard training, Jerry introduces the kids to a pocket elf with in-depth knowledge about everything. Alex sees this as an opportunity to get her Spanish grade up, but when the elf finds itself interested in Max's chocolate bar, Jerry and the pocket elf warn the kids that chocolate can make the pocket elves go crazy. But when the pocket elf asks if he can have some for educational purposes, Jerry gives in and locks the pocket elf in a case with the chocolate as it goes berserk, with Jerry having the kids leave the lair. Alex brings a pocket elf with her to school to help her cheat on her Spanish test, but when she brings him back home and puts it back in his case, Justin notices. Alex tries to cover it up, but then the pocket elf starts talking, and Justin realizes that Alex was using it to cheat. Justin threatens to tell Jerry to get back at Alex for snitching, but then he decides to get even. However, Alex doesn't think that'll work. The pocket elf's help pays off as Alex gets an A on her makeup test and is able to go on her date with Riley. Jerry didn't think that Alex would pass as he was afraid of having the date talk with her, but when Alex tells him that they won't be alone, Jerry is relieved. Jerry says to her, "That's not what I called a date when I was a kid." Alex asks Jerry what his definition of date is, but Theresa stops him from answering. Meanwhile, Justin hatches his plan to get even with Alex by putting a pocket elf in her purse. Alex, Harper, Riley, and their friends make it to Medium Rare, but back home, Justin and Max realize that they forgot to include the chocolate in Alex's purse and head to the restaurant. But they get noticed by a maitre d', and when they explain their case to him, he gladly helps out by having the boys hide under a dessert cart, successfully taking Alex's purse and hiding the chocolate. But the pocket elf doesn't take it at first, although he finally gives in because of Max as the boys have the maitre d' head back to return Alex's purse to her. When Jerry was showing the pocket elves to the kids, he warns them never to let one bite them. But when Alex checks her purse for lip gloss for Harper, she gets bitten, finding the pocket elf eating chocolate when she looks inside. Almost instantly, she begins craving chocolate, eating everything chocolate around her, even taking desserts from other customers, much to the shock of Harper, Riley, and the rest of the group, while Justin and Max find themselves really enjoying it. After creating a chocolate slip and slide, Riley takes off and the maitre d' calls Alex's parents, with Justin bribing him not to rat on him and Max. Jerry and Theresa bring Alex home, and I'm just guessing that Alex told them the whole story, because as soon as they arrive, Theresa rips at Alex for cheating on her test, and Jerry's angry that she almost exposed magic to the world, while finding it suspicious how Justin and Max were at the restaurant when Alex was embarrassing herself, but the boys aren't able to lie their way out of this. Alex decides to cover for them by saying that she called them to help her, but Jerry isn't really convinced. Justin and Max thank Alex for covering for them, to which Alex tells them that she plans on getting even herself. Worried about the consequences, Justin and Max tell the truth to Jerry about what really happened. Number 6. Helping Hand. Jerry cancels wizard class to give the kids some more time to focus on their chores. Alex doesn't find chores enjoyable, but Justin does. However, he tells Jerry that he can't do them as he's been working on his own spell for wizard certification. Feeling very proud of Justin, Jerry has Alex and Max share his chores so that Justin can focus on the spell. Alex tries to get out of it by telling Jerry that she already has plans with Harper, but Jerry doesn't find that as important as Justin's spell. Justin shares his spell with Jerry in kind of a Frankenstein-type way, a literal helping hand to assist the Russos. Justin and Jerry share this with Alex, Harper, and Max, but Alex doesn't think it's interesting unless the hand can slap Justin. While Justin goes to get ready to present this to the Superintendent of Spells, Alex decides to use the helping hand to finish her chores so that she and Harper can go to the movies. But after cleaning Alex's room, it refuses to keep going and goes off. Alex manages to lure the hand into a trap, but while trying to force the hand to do her chores, Alex sort of ends up doing them on her own and tires the hand out. Theresa comes in very impressed by Alex's hard work on her chores and lets her go to the movies with Harper, but first Alex has to return the hand back in its box, which suddenly has disappeared, with Alex figuring that Justin probably took it for his presentation without realizing that Alex took the hand. Alex comes in on Justin rehearsing for his presentation, with Alex using the hand as her own, but it starts beating Alex in very slapstick ways. Just then, Jerry and Justin notice that the superintendent has arrived, and when they head to the lair entry to welcome him, Alex puts the hand back into the box, but before she can take off for the movie, Jerry has Alex stay to act as Justin's audience. You can help with some oohs and ahs. Superintendent Spellman finally arrives and sits down for Justin's presentation, but gets distracted by Theresa offering iced tea, which Alex used earlier to hide from Theresa that the hand was doing her chores. When Jerry takes a sip, he says, "It tastes like somebody washed their hands in this," and takes Superintendent Spellman's iced tea from him. Finally, Justin begins his presentation, but when he reveals the helping hand, it's completely fallen asleep after what Alex put it through. Jerry gets the helping hand started by giving Superintendent Spellman a foot massage. Finally, the helping hand wakes up and refuses to work for Justin. Superintendent Spellman doesn't believe that the spell works until the hand pinches the superintendent's nose. Just then, Harper comes to get Alex. Justin puts the helping hand back in the box and apologizes to Superintendent Spellman for everything going wrong, as Alex drags Harper out with her. Harper confronts Alex for acting selfish, and Alex goes back to get the helping hand, telling it to work for Justin, but the hand gives her attitude. However, the hand agrees to cooperate for Justin. Superintendent Spellman is very impressed with the helping hand and asks Justin if he can show it to the board, with the spell officially getting certified at the end of the episode. Number 7. Credit Check. At the sub shop, Jerry asks the family if they have any ideas for new sandwiches. Alex comes up with a double meat sandwich on a small Italian roll, calling it Meet Me in Little Italy, or Meet Me in Turkey. Justin ignores this idea to pitch his, sandwich naming dice, with one dice having the names of popular places in New York City, and the other having the names of meat. But every time he rolls, he lands on Lincoln Tunnel Tuna because Alex rigged it. Then Jerry and Theresa get an idea, the exact same one as Alex. I think it's clever, but I also think that Meet Me in Little Italy could also be the name of a drink. At the restaurant, Alex serves the customer a Meet Me in Little Italy combo, venting how she feels about not getting the credit for naming it. But then she notices that the customer, Jeffrey's, looking at pictures of outfits for a fashion magazine. Alex looks at the photos and shares her opinion on the outfits. Jeffrey's impressed by Alex and offers her an internship with Fashion Fatale, a magazine that Alex loves, and she very happily accepts the offer. Jeffrey introduces his staff to Alex as she sits in on their idea meeting. Jeffrey doesn't think that any of the ideas that his staff give him are any different than usual until Alex suggests making summer colors work in the fall. Jeffrey loves this idea and has his staff get to work on it immediately. Alex shows Harper around the office on the day that the magazine's publisher, Miss Angela, comes by to approve Alex's idea, but the first thing she notices is Harper's, as she calls it, giant preschool outfit. This Miss Angela lady reminds me of Donna Cabana from That's So Raven, demanding her assistance to get her stuff, using an employee as a footrest, and insulting Harper. Although Harper didn't seem too upset by it. After Miss Angela sees Alex's idea, she likes it, but Jeffrey takes the credit. Alex comes up with a plan to give Jeffrey a bad idea to see what he would do with it, and Harper suggests using her choice of fashion that Miss Angela criticized before. The next day at Fashion Fatale, Alex suggests to Jeffrey fashion for people who are not into fashion. Jeffrey's interested in how Alex is describing it and asks for some sketches. However, Alex takes it to the next level. With Harper making some very, let's say, flashy outfits, Alex organizes a fashion show at the office for Miss Angela. But before the show begins, Jeffrey credits Alex for coming up with the idea, having no knowledge about Alex's plan. Alex tries to give Jeffrey the credit, but he continues praising Alex. Alex tries to call off the fashion show, but it's a bit too late for that when Jeffrey begins the show. Alex uses a spell to stop time and changes some of the outfits, but the spell wears off before she can finish, and the models take the stage looking even worse than before. However, Miss Angela enjoys this and praises Alex, promising big things for her, but Alex decides to quit. Meanwhile, with Alex now gone from the restaurant, Jerry and Theresa hire a new sandwich artist named Millie. Justin and Max at first judge Millie's name, with Justin asking if it's short for millions of years old. But as soon as Millie arrives, Justin instantly falls head over heels for her, also dropping his server tray. Justin starts chatting her up, and Max offers to help. Max tries to get Millie interested in Justin by talking about him, but what he tells her only embarrasses Justin. But Millie likes what she hears, and Millie tells Justin that she has 2 concert tickets, and Justin accepts before she can finish her sentence. Millie asks Justin to her house, but she only wanted him to babysit her cousin Benji while she and her boyfriend go to the concert. Ouch. Number 8. Dancing with Angels. To backtrack a bit, while Justin continues tutoring delinquent wizards, he gets a new student named Rosie. At first, she doesn't do very well with magic, but she later is revealed to be an angel who only was taking the class because she heard nice things about Justin, and in this episode, the two have their first date on the Russo's terrace. In addition, in an earlier episode, Alex and Justin accidentally cross spells, and the result turned Max female, with their cover-up being that their cousin Maxine is visiting from North Dakota, with Maxine carrying on many of Max's personality traits, but a few different talents. The reason for this was because Max's actor, Jake T. Austin, was wrapping up production on the animated film Rio at the time, and wasn't available to shoot the show. Anyway, during Justin and Rosie's first date, they get interrupted by the rest of the family. But Rosie isn't too upset by it and figure that she and Justin should have a do-over date, with Alex suggesting an angel club in Los Angeles. Rosie isn't sure that wizards would be allowed in an angels-only club, and Justin has a feeling that Alex is up to something. Alex figures that if Justin and Rosie let Alex and Harper go with them to the club, the angels would have a good influence on Alex. Justin doesn't think this is a good idea, but after Rosie sends Justin a mind message sharing her excitement, the plans are all carved in stone, with Harper excited to make angel wings. However, Max overhears their plans and threatens to tell Jerry and Theresa unless the gang can bring them a souvenir back from Los Angeles, most specifically Ozzy Osbourne's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Finally, the gang makes it to LA, with Alex successfully taking the star, but when Harper points out that it might look weird if Alex brought it with her to the club, she turns it into a keychain. The gang then makes it to the club, located inside of the H in the Hollywood sign, which makes me wonder if they actually shot this on location. At the club, Harper and Alex are participating in the Angel Slide Dance, much to Rosie's dismay, and the manager notices when the girls don't fly with the rest of the Angels and questions why. Alex lies that she has a sprained wing, and realizing that they aren't actual angels, he puts the club in lockdown. Justin comes up with a plan. He has Alex distract the manager Zedric while he puts a spell on Harper to make her fly, but that isn't enough to convince Zedric. The next part of the test is playing the harp and singing. Alex at first takes the harp, which makes sense because she's Selena Gomez, but instead she gives it to Harper. Get it? Harp? Harper? Anyway, Alex goes first, but only pretends to play the harp, with Justin coming to her rescue by having her sing while he plays the harp, but he's not very good at it, and Alex's singing is even worse. But it's enough to convince Zedric until Alex accidentally drops the Ozzy Osbourne star, and it goes back to its original size, which makes Zedric believe that they're actually Angels of Darkness as he evacuates the club, leaving Justin, Alex, and Harper alone after Rosie leaves with the rest of the Angels. After Justin tells Alex off for ruining his date, Alex and Harper go to return the star back to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, feeling as if being around the Angels has influenced Alex. As the gang has their fun at the club, Jerry and Theresa are left to handle the sandwich shop themselves, with Max covering for Alex, Justin, and Harper individually by imitating Alex. When Jerry and Theresa ask Max where everyone is, Max lets slip that they took a trip, but stops before he can say where. When he refuses to talk, Theresa notices a poster on the restaurant bulletin board for the annual Little Miss Waverly Place pageant happening that night, threatening to enter him as Maxine if he doesn't tell the truth about where Alex, Harper, and Justin are. Seeing as Max won't talk, Jerry and Theresa prepare Max's makeup for the pageant, continuing to try to get him to fess up, but that doesn't work. Even after Jerry and Theresa show Max the outfit they picked for him, he still won't crack, and Theresa and Jerry force Max to perform in the pageant. When he gets called to the stage, Max confesses Alex, Justin, and Harper's whereabouts to Jerry and Theresa, but seeing as Rosie is an angel, they don't mind. Nonetheless, Theresa still makes Max perform in the competition, caring only about winning. And it works, even sending Max to regionals. Although it makes me feel sorry for Max. Back in LA, Rosie and Justin confess their feelings to each other and watch the stars together. However, what Justin doesn't notice is that the color of Rosie's wings change from white to black, revealing that she actually is an angel of darkness. In fact, during the scene where Zedric notices the gang and doesn't recognize them, he asks them if they're angels of darkness, and you can see how nervous Rosie looks. When Rosie explains angels of darkness to the Russos and Harper, Justin jokes that Alex is one of them. This episode actually carries on into the next episode, a two-part saga, Wizards vs. Angels. Number 9. Be Werewolf. This was before Rosie or Juliet. Justin's friend from WizTech sets him up on a blind date with a girl named Isabella, who Justin's only seen pictures of online. When Justin leaves to prepare drinks for him and Isabella, Alex asks Isabella to pass her sweater to her, but she picks it up with her mouth, tugging on it like a dog when Alex tries to get it from her. When Justin introduces Isabella to Jerry and Theresa, they at first believe that she's friends with Alex. Justin corrects them, and Isabella tells Jerry and Theresa how they met, and Jerry and Theresa share their concern over Justin dating a girl that he only knows from online. Alex, Jerry, and Theresa bring up in this episode that Justin previously dated a centaur that he met online and it didn't work out, but Justin insists that it'll work with Isabella. On Isabella and Justin's first date in the park, Justin notices her strange and dog-like behavior, but they seem to have a lot in common as Alex spies on their date disguised as a tree. To show that Isabella is actually a dog, she throws a frisbee for her and she catches it like a dog. Justin thinks that Alex just doesn't like seeing him happy. No matter how hard Alex tries to convince him that his girlfriend is a dog, Justin just can't see it. Back at home, Alex tries to get Isabella to admit that she's a dog and she denies it. She's actually a werewolf. This comes as a surprise to Justin and Alex, but Justin doesn't care and kisses Isabella on the cheek. However, Isabella warns Justin that this will turn him into a werewolf himself. So Justin's dated a werewolf, a vampire, and an angel of darkness, and he's married in the upcoming show. Kinda makes me wonder what he's married to. Justin worries about how painful the change from human to werewolf will be, but Isabella informs him that he won't feel a thing and it's a very quick change as they both suddenly turn into werewolves. Justin begs Alex not to tell their parents because of their earlier concerns of meeting Isabella online. Alex promises not to tell them as Justin and Isabella head back to the park. But she does tell Max, who doesn't seem very concerned about it, caring only about the cup that he bought with the money he earned walking dogs. Alex shows no interest in this and goes to tell Jerry and Theresa about Justin, who all go looking for him. Isabella and Justin try to make a break for it, but Justin manages to reunite with his family. Theresa seems pretty upset, but then Jerry remembers a recipe for a potion that can turn him back into a human. Jerry doesn't remember it being a drinking potion and has Justin bathe in it, much to his embarrassment, but then it turns out to be a drinking potion. Seeing as this is the only option, Justin dunks underneath and emerges from the water back in his human form and very grossed out. Side note, does anybody find it kind of weird how Alex gave Justin a hard time for dating a werewolf when she later ended up dating a werewolf too? Number 10. Retest. Okay, last one on the list. The Russos get a visit from Jerry's brother and the kid's uncle Kelbo, who informs the Russos that they have to retake their wizard test again. In front of the kids, Kelbo says to Jerry, "You, me, and somebody else." The kids are very confused by this, and Jerry tries to hide who this mystery person is, but then admits that Jerry and Kelbo have a sister named Megan who he's never told the kids about, as she has become estranged from the family after Jerry won the wizard competition but gave his powers to Kelbo. But if Megan doesn't show up for the test, the Russos will lose their wizard powers. However, because Jerry and Kelbo haven't had any contact with her, they aren't sure of her whereabouts. I also want to mention that in a later episode, it's revealed that Kelbo is actually Shakira, which is revealed to be an abuse of the wizard rules and becomes a problem when Kelbo can't control the transformation. Anyway, the Russos try to find Megan, but are unsuccessful. So Justin asks for Jerry and Theresa to share what they know about Megan as clues. Theresa shares that when Jerry gave up his powers to marry Theresa, Megan threw Theresa's empanadas off the terrace and hit a cop. This is just the clue that Justin needs, and he successfully locates her in Paris. Jerry refuses to make peace with Megan, so Theresa has the kids go to Paris to find her. Max wants to try the spell, but takes Justin and Alex to Paris, Texas, which turns out to be exactly where Megan is. The kids find themselves in what looks like an art shop, and when the kids introduce themselves to Megan, she claims not to be Megan Russo, but Alex is too smart for her, as her paintings and smock have her name on them. Megan seems pretty eager to get rid of the kids, still angry over what happened between her, Jerry, and Kelbo, with Justin and Max noticing some similarities between Megan and Alex, with Megan noticing similarities between Max and Kelbo and Jerry and Justin. Justin tries to convince Megan to retake the wizard test, but she doesn't care. So to further try to convince her, Alex lies to Megan that Jerry and Kelbo wish to apologize for what happened. This finally convinces Megan to join them. But when the kids bring Megan to the sandwich shop, Jerry seems very surprised to see her there, and when Megan awaits him to apologize, he refuses, just as Kelbo shows up after winning the future Indianapolis 500, also surprised to see Megan. Megan waits for him to apologize too, but he as well refuses, and Jerry defends giving his powers to Kelbo. Justin tries to talk Megan into retaking the test, but she still is too stubborn and asks Kelbo to send her back home. The Russos try to figure out another way to keep their powers, with Justin suggesting getting a lawyer to find a loophole. Kelbo claims to know someone really good, but he turns out to be a fish. The kids find this a bit unusual, but Justin tells their problems to the fish and he responds. But only Kelbo can understand what he's saying, and it's not good news. Theresa's very eager to get rid of anything wizard related, but Justin's upset that Alex's lying to Megan didn't work, jeopardizing the Russos' powers. This makes Theresa feel bad, and she asks Alex to take her to Megan's art shop, where Theresa tries to talk Megan into retaking the test with the Russos, but Megan still has no interest. Alex calls Megan out for being selfish, with Theresa adding that Megan seems miserable alone in Paris, but Megan still refuses to listen, and Alex and Theresa take off. Back home, the Russos have packed all of their wizard stuff, and Justin and Max refuse to talk to Alex. Alex compares this to Justin and Kelbo not talking to Megan, caring less about magic and more about family. This is enough to bring Alex, Justin, and Max closer together, powers or no powers. The Wizard Council Mr. McFly shows up the next day, and Jerry informs him that Megan isn't coming, instantly costing the Russos their powers. Jerry tries to hide their power panel from Mr. McFly in an effort to keep their powers, but it doesn't fool him. Justin, Alex, and Max come in before he can take their powers, and Alex quits the competition for the Russos. At first, Justin's surprised by this, but then he decides to go along with it. Alex tells Mr. McFly that they don't need powers and choose to be family first. Jerry takes pride in his kids' sacrifices, and Alex takes the powers out of the panel for Mr. McFly, but he was so moved by the Russos that he decides to let them keep their powers. And there we go! 10 of my favorite episodes of Wizards of Waverly Place. You can watch all of these and more episodes of the show on Disney+, and be sure to check out the upcoming sequel series, Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, premiering on Disney Channel on October 29th, and on Disney+ the next day. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed hearing me talk about the show. Let me know in the comments some of your favorite Wizards of Waverly Place episodes, and I'll see you next time.